Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's up to the challenges of the day. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we have got our PvE restored and refreshed. So we will be taking a good look at that and maybe even getting some stuff accomplished in it. Who knows? That's actually kind of what I was thinking of doing. I do try to get the PvE knocked out earlier in the week. That way I'm not scrambling during the big discount in order to come up with the extra silver I would be getting from that, because in that you can get quite a nice little nest egg. But I haven't really been on yet. I did clear my videos and checked on a few things. So as you can see, I don't even have my Titan secured right here. I did get a heads up, or a startup on the builds for doing the blah blah blah. Alright, so we're at 10 of 60, so let's go ahead and get a little further there. Collect those. Now I'm at 11. Woohoo! Alright. I forgot to do this yesterday. Man, I'm slipping. Alright, so maybe we'll get this one done today. Alright, so honor points, whatever category. It doesn't really matter because I'm not getting any rewards for it. They don't seem. I'm not really stressing it. And I'll close that down until we do have chatters in here. And yeah, I'm not super thinking that I'm gonna make leaps and bounds progress on that, so I'm not really stressing it. I will pick up a couple extra things, but no real big deal. So if I open 5 red silvers, I get 1 blue silver. Okay. Alright, well. Alright, let's see where I'm at. Today is a PvE day. 7, that's a little old, a little message. So since it's a PvE day, I've got my typical PvE setup. To bring out my Titan quicker, I bring in the red shell, of course this armadillo, and I just use my standard Titan, which I may need to reevaluate in order to get the things I need to get done out of it. And this is my base robot I use, which is a Curie, also armadillo, and I use hammers. And the way I do it is I toggle fire. I'll fire 1 dry. Hey, what's up, Anti? Good morning to you, sir. Figure I'm going to run through the PvE real quick. We are on a Sonic bonus. I don't know if that matters much to you. But on this one, lose a little durability. These blue ones are what you really want to pay attention to. Oh, it's all good, dude. You gotta make sure that the bell's dark, but I only got this going a few minutes ago. I did put the thumbnail on, so I have a way to remember what the bonus is for the week. Because if you don't do that, they don't have, there's no like indication in the game to know what the weekly bonus or whatnot is. But I cheat. What I do is I just fire 1 completely dry, and then I hold the big red button and just run through like a crazy man. There are other weapons that you can use that make it a little, well, make it easy. But normally this round is pretty easy. It's like 105 enemies. So it's pretty cake. It's a good way to get some extra resources. Well, Curie used to have I was in the Curie meta, and I had 3 of them. And now I have one leveled up with modules, but I don't use it. It's just, not to say it's frail, but in comparison to other robots, it just doesn't have a lot of staying power in the games. Oh, oi. Come on down, dude. Yeah, it is now. It used to be such a baller, and now, thank you, sir. Now its wings are clipped, but that's to be expected with Pixonic, and it did have a nice long run, so I'm not at all disappointed on the investments I made for that. Oh, and I closed it. Alright, so this one loses a few robots. Same difference. Another one, if the Curie doesn't work, the Typhon with the mace, and I'll do the same thing with the Alright, did you know you don't have to go all the way to this section right here anymore? You can walk up any parts where the sand is falling off. See? So those aren't absolutely required to show you here on this side too, because like here you're not really gonna get up. You used to be able to climb up on top of there, but you're not gonna get up here where it's dark. But you got to look at like the top of the wall, and if you see like the sand coming down off of the wall. The same thing over here. Like if you see the sand coming down, where it's a different color, you can get up those parts. The darker ones are where you have your problems, but you can still do it. $346. Oh, nice. Yeah, I did a 5-hour live stream late last night. I was ready to call it, and Brent hooked it up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll dance for the dollars, sir. I will put on my little tutu and dance for those dollars, sir. You hooked it up, and I will be your entertainment." I'm not sure how entertaining I was, because towards the end I was like, "Wow." But we kept it going until 2 in the morning. And that's pretty good for like a 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. stream. 99 kills. All right, so back to hangar. Hit claim all. Hit next level. All right, destroy robots. Lose little durability. At yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, anytime you're working for something else, you're doing for other people. Of course, dude. You can actually look at the economy on how well the strippers are doing, to be honest. If the economy is going really well, the strippers are paid. If the strippers are paid, then the cab drivers are paid. If the cab drivers are paid, everyone gets paid because they're running around eating. They're running around eating at the little mom and pop shop, shopping at the little convenience stops, and they're spending their gas everywhere. They have no idea where they're going to be out and about spending their loot. So it's like, yeah. Um, but basically, the money flows like this: construction. If there's little to no construction, the construction workers aren't working, so they don't have the money for strippers. If the strippers aren't getting the money, then they can't afford the cabs. If the cabs aren't getting the money, they're not putting the gas. They're not eating out. They're going to freaking dollar store and eating cans of soup to get by, maybe some ramen noodles or whatnot. But yeah, I'm a firm believer that if you take care of the small ones, the big ones handle themselves. So I was always trying to help out the indigenous personalities around, get them back working, get them a little bit of a leg up, where they could have a few nice things instead of just struggling in hard knock life. So I had like at times like 15 guys working for me throughout the day. It wouldn't be all at once. I did some big jobs, but not really like a 15-person job. My thing was like, okay, hey, you want to go work? Cool. Well, let me find something you can do. And I would always find them something, whether it's helping me load a truck, grabbing stuff off the side of the road or whatever, sorting through it at house with making sure I'm trying to get, even loading it back up into the truck to run it to the scrapyard. That was one way. I used to have a yard and tree company, so I would teach these guys how to. Dude, I had to teach a guy how to mow a yard. He didn't understand where the property divisions were. So, and he was a young kid. I ended up getting him back over to California. He was with me but he's one I took under my wing, and for like a good couple weeks, I was getting him set back up. But he had had a falling out with his missus and his baby mama, and it pretty much disturbed him. And I was like, dude, you're young. You have time to bounce back. Go. You want to be a part of your kid's life. She tossed you out because you weren't sharing the burden. She had two kids to worry about. She didn't have the extra strength to worry about you too. You needed to be there to take care of your kids. And so he was all heartbroken about that at first, thinking, oh, she did me dirty. And I'm like, no, she did a solid for her kids. There's a difference. You did her dirty. So step up, put on the big boy britches, go handle business. You have an opportunity to show those kids what a father could do. But it's not being a mooch or whatnot and making her do all the work. That's not being a father. So go handle business. And he ended up going from hanging out on street corners wearing a Pikachu costume. Hey, what's up? He was making good money freaking panhandling. But I was like, dude, yeah, you can make money begging and stuff, but think of it like this. Every time you put your hand out saying, I need, you're kind of giving away a little bit of your soul when you do that. You know, have a little pride in yourself, have a little appreciation for what you can do and bring to other people's life, not what you can take from people's lives. Man, that kid I dropped off at a freaking truck stop at 3 o'clock in the morning, way out in the middle of nowhere. And he rode his skateboard all the way back to town. I told him, man, we don't need you here in Florida. You just get out of here. You got to go. We don't need we don't need your burden. He made it all the way back to my city again. I see him riding on the road. I'm like, dude. I pull over, and I told him right then, or when I kicked him out, I was like, dude, if I see you again, it ain't gonna be pretty for you. It ain't gonna be pretty at all. But yeah, dude, he rode that thing like 20 miles to come back, and he made it back. I guess I should have took him out a little further, but but he came back, and you know, I was like, all right, hop in, let's see what we can do for you. So we ended up, he worked with me for another couple weeks, and I taught him some stuff, and most of it was like moral stuff. It's like, hey, you know, don't be begging if you could do for yourself. You're just hurting yourself. You're making yourself dependent. But he ended up making it back out to California. He ended up texting me. He was back out in California. He was selling insurance, car insurance or something. And he had a Honda. And he was like, dude, here, you know, you come out here. I've got you, man. I've got you. You help. And that, you know, that hit me right in the feels, dude. I was like, man, I saved one, you know, and and that's not the only one I saved. I got people off with some bad stuff, but that was my theory on it. If you could help somebody through their issues, you know, they're gonna be stronger because of it, and they'll be thankful, and maybe they'll turn it around and pass it forward, so to speak. My bad. Dude, I'm just trying to fill the air. This is kind of like a boom boom for us. I'm not trying to be boring or nothing. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. You know. His name was Richard. He was a small little Asian guy. Let's see. I originally tried to call him Richie, and he's like, "Don't call me that. My ex used to call me that." I'm like, "Okay. How about Little Dick? You like Little Dick? We'll call you Little Dick." You don't want to be Richie? No problem. I'll give you one that you're right. I'll call you Little Dick. I like Little Dick a lot better too. So we called him. I called him Little Dick. You know, well, when you're out in the field sweating, and you don't, hey Richard, you know, you gotta have fun with the names a little bit. And if I find something that just, oh, yep, there you go. You got it right on the head there. Like yesterday, I was over at Billy's channel, and they were talking about the races that they want to do for like a side game, and I was like thinking of names. I was like, how about the Cossack Cup or the Destrier Derby, or you know, life is short. You gotta enjoy it. You only get to go around the wheel once, so. Oh, I forgot to stagger my weapons. What I get to do here is I'll fire one dry, almost. Well, that one's about halfway. I'll fire this one dry. Alright, so that one's fired dry. 3, 4, 5. Now I'll just hold the big red button. You need to finish what to get a super chest? Oh yeah, you get a nice little chunk of keys out of this. Alright, I passed my mission. Oh, I just gotta get my kills. Alright, passed the mission. 2 minutes on the clock. Yeah, but I say you can get the first half of this PvE stuff done. Alright, Anti. You have fun, dude. Don't have too much fun. I'm about to go make me a coffee, too. But that's the easy section. And I say the first half of the PvE you can do with the Curie, with Mace. It's so boom boom simple. The second, pretty easy, too. I didn't even look at what is to come. Let's see. Next level. Don't want to claim those yet. Next level. Alright. Deal as much damage in one battle. Destroy as many. Loses few robots. Alright. Oh, so it's the same thing, just harder. Okay. Alright. So, in this one, deal with Titan. Oh, they got rid of the mothership one. Okay. At least you only need one Titan for these, so that may make it a little easier for me. But this is where it starts to get tricky. So coming up with a different mode of attack, or just running through it and forgot to start firing and stuff. Hey, what's up, Speeder? Well, I'm gonna die. Oh man, that was to the limit. I need to go make me a coffee before I start the next one. Luckily, it's already made. Just gotta add some sugar to the cup. Woo. Coffee. That's the good stuff. All right. Hey, Abandon. Welcome back. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Hey, what's up, Billy? How you doing, boss? Dude, I had a freaking a hacker come in here last night. He tried to have me raid his hangar. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm looking at his freaking stats and I'm like, dude, first off, look at your clan leader, known hacker, tank. I'm like, dude, you're just like, you're pooping in the punch bowl. It's not cool, man. I will double back to that. I missed it by like 5 kills. I needed 125. I got everything else though. So how are you doing, my big man? You got your coffee. You got your big bowl of coffee. Life is definitely better with coffee. Alright, deal with damage with the Titan. Destroy as many robots as possible. Yeah, this one might be a challenge this week. I guess I should have stayed up and did it. Alright, so. I just try to knock these out to get the silver part done on the early part of the week, so when I hit my big discount I don't have to double back and try to grind for the silver. And then I come back and knock out the the higher levels. I'm just staggering my weapons right now. Alright, now they're staggered. I should have free range to just run through it. Run them all down. Yeah, Billy rocks, dude. I like Billy. I'm so tempted to give him my address, but I'm like, oh no. He might be sending me presents I wouldn't order in, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. One day a hacker might push him over the edge. He might just go berserker. And yeah, Billy, that no, I'm just screwing with you, dude. It ain't my house. I wouldn't care. Oh, I'm smarter than that too, man. You have that shipped to the neighbor's house that hadn't been freaking occupied in a couple weeks. So you know you don't have to worry about the feds seeing what kind of deliveries you're getting. I know all those tricks, dude. Especially if you're ordering stuff off the black market, dark web. You may not want them having all your proper details. But a house down the street that you can watch over, that's not as dangerous. Especially if you're getting like Christmas trees delivered in small boxes in the mail. Man, you don't want to tip off one of those alphabet puppies, having them freaking rooting their nose right up in your business. That wouldn't be no fun. All because you're trying to spread some Christmas joys. Send people wreaths. Oh, I gotta get out of this thing. I'm gonna end up getting them killed in the laser beam. That won't be good. But hell, right now my car is a yard ornament, so I might get there. I normally try to go incognito and leave it all plain. When I used to drive my truck, I had they did the Deadpool 2 release for the movie. So the 7-Elevens had the like the full cardboard cutout Deadpool guy. And I had a dude freaking pull it off of the window from the 7-Eleven. We stuck it on the back windshield of my car. So anytime you look through the back rear view, it looked like you had Deadpool hanging out in the back seat. It was pretty pimp. I was loving it. But I'm a huge Deadpool fan. I liked him way back when he was his comic books, not just Ryan Reynolds' pet project. But I like Ryan Reynolds. Ooh, shoot, I've got my Titan ready and I'm not doing it. My bad. Oopsie. Oh, I don't know if I'm getting the 5 million on this one. They're mad at me. Yeah, I got halfway there. Alright, what else could I do? I'm gonna need 150 something kills. Oh wow, they light me up. Alright, boss. You have a great night, dude. I will catch you tomorrow or even later today. I'm not sure what day of the week it is most times anyway. I don't think I'm gonna have the weapons to bring. Yeah, I think I fell short. Can't remember what I'm trying to do. Destroy as many robots. I'll do it with you. Oh, wow. Reaper. Where'd you come from? Alright, there you are. What's up, McLovin, dude? Was it a Krispy Kreme? It could have been a Krispy Kreme commercial way back when. I don't have any weapons. I'm not gonna do very good here. Failed good. Bronze. I don't think I've seen a bronze in forever. Well, if they gave me some silver, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. So next level. Oh, no. I gotta go back and make the silver. Man. It'd probably help if I have equipped robots. So, I didn't really handle that one quite well. What's good, McLovin? How are you this morning, dude? I just barreled my way through. Trying to set it up for this weekend. I don't like having to put a whole hour into it. If I can just put 10 minutes into it and grab the silver, I'm cool with that. But when I got the big discount, I like to spend my time grinding games. Going to have me a little sit in the shade real quick. So how is your morning going, Mr. McLevin? All well, I hope. Dude, you gotta hook up with Spider Taz. He's been doing the Forenza. I think he's on PS5. You like doing them racing car games, right? But yeah, he's been getting kind of wild with it. I need to figure out what I'm doing. Alright, so back to main hangar. Let's go ahead and fix this stuff right now. Let's bring back Kraken. That's looking pretty good. Oh. That's just in case it accidentally pops open. 55. I should make that in one battle. I was starting off my battles with this guy right here, and that was working pretty excellent. So I was liking the way that started out. I have done some minor changes. Let's see, from my Demeter, I switched over to the Jerry pilot. I may just promote him. Start working the next one. See what we get. Adamant. Oh yeah, that's the one I want. Adamant mechanic. Okay. I don't care about adamant skills. That just means one I need to change. Beautiful. All right. This has been very, very kind to me. I like this one. I may have to upgrade that one a little bit further up. What else am I working on? Let's see, what are you? Okay, Corona. All right. I need to revisit the drone for this one. I don't think I have the right drone. I think most people call for Seeker. Alright, so I've got Seeker. Where do I got my Seekers? I got a Seeker here? No. Okay, I got a Seeker here. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch you. Don't pretend you like McLovin. Nobody likes McLovin, dude. I'll go for the extra speed. Now I can put Seeker here. I don't know why I'm even allocating him yet. Alright, so I was thinking a Hussar build for this guy. I ain't got but 2 of them. That won't cut the mustard. What is a good build for that? Incorporated Scatties. Man, those things got a long way to get leveled up. So what are you working on today, Mr. Abandon? I think it's only me and you at the moment. I could be wrong. I'm gonna try for that. The Englisher. That level 1 ain't gonna fly. Go for Stella. Stella! And I gotta fix this guy too. Pixonic gave me the bad pilot. Ooh, he's ready for a promotion. Alright, so do I change the skill with a random? I guess randomizing it for 200 does make sense. Pixonic should definitely 100% reaccredit me for this. fact, I think I'm going to make a video about that and send it in. Because they are not right for allowing that skill to be available for that robot. Oh, what's Mech Arena? I've never heard of it. No, I played that on the beta. This was back when I was testing out every little thing that came out. I liked it on the beta. It was kind of fun. See, when it comes to like armor attack and little big robots and frontiers and nah, no. Robert is just gonna grind and grind and grind on this one game, and hopefully I get some progress one day. That's all I'm hoping. One day I get some progress. Alright, so let's do Maces here. Even though I should be setting up Webers. Yeah, let's do Webers. At least those will be slow burning. Hi, Hui. Good morning, sir. Yeah, it's from an old commercial. Way back when commercials had to be entertaining because you had no choice but to watch them. Couldn't fast forward them like in today's whatchamahoo's it with Netflix and all. I guess if you pay enough money, you don't have to go through it. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great morning or evening or whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. Some might say. Alright. So that hanger looks okay. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know what I want to do. Let's give him a paralysis. Why not? I don't even have a healed module on this thing yet. 5:40 in the evening. Well, for me, it is almost noon. So you are ahead. So I'm guessing Central Pacific. Man, you're tropical. You are absolutely tropical. Yeah, I stepped outside. Had to go see the sun, touch some grass. Just want to remind myself what it looks like to be outside. No. I guess I could do that. Kind of need to get that discipline up a little bit. Maybe there's chonies too. The Norlaming. That's what we'll do. Yeah, we got a couple birds out singing. I noticed the birds actually follow a shift too. It's kind of weird. Well, I guess it's kind of natural for stuff to all work at different time schedules. Got to get up, make the coffee, kickstart the kids, get them bouncing along to the bus stop. What kind of work do you do, Mr. Solo? I've probably asked you before, but I've got the memory retention of a. What's those little fish called that you put in a bowl? Ah. Alright, so stellar prisma at 3. Or, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or, yeah, I guess the stellar prisma would be the low ball. Goldfish! You eat goldfish. Yeah. On the War Robots official, one of the running jokes is I got to go walk my fish. Okay. He doesn't have a cloak. I'll give him a Pascal. Why not? Just in case. I am not about to bring that funky looking build into the stadium. No, sir. No way. Okay, man. You had to go and pull out college words. All right, so you're a janitor? I'm gonna start calling you Thurgood. Nah. All right, let's see here. Hey, Solo, do I want to go with the Baglador or do I want to go with the Crisis for this build here with the Linani? I'm not 100% sure which to chase after, but both my Crisis and my Baglador are about the same. I do have the Retro Crisis, but let's see where E's at. He should be pretty close to the top. Yeah, Retro Crisis. He's got no health. I'm just kidding, man. I'm only kidding, man. Baglador is the way to go. Okay. Well, Billy, he's got a whole bunch of crisis in the thing. Bageldor, Baglador, Bagel Monster, Baglador. They made the name too complicated. Let's look at what that is. Bag Leo Re. Okay. Let's actually do a little research and see what they're trying to come up with for this. So let's go home. Let's go to Google. Bag Leo Re. All right. Let's. All right. Italian. Flare or glare? All right. When did we go Italian? It's a bag of silver. Yeah, that's about it. I've heard them called the bagel doors. That's what I've been calling it. Is the bagel doors. Huh. I Oh, that's for Aurora Bus. An unpleasant bright light, gleam, or faint glow. All right, well, hey, we're learning. We learned a little something today. That War Robots is interesting with the names. I wouldn't call it. Well, I guess it could be. Well, all right. When they came out with the Curie and the Eiffel and the Pascal, that was during a Christmas season. So that year, I changed my name to Papa Noel to play off of the French Christmas. And that actually rode out for a very, very long while. My clan leader really liked it, so she was like, "No, you need to keep that name." I was like, "But it's a Christmas name." I don't think she quite understood that that meant Santa Claus, even though I did it as Papa Noel. But yeah. So when I changed my name, at that point I was in dead. I went to a dead set for a while, trying to play off of the clan tag and the Egyptian god Set. And I don't think she understood what I was going for. See, Set is an Egyptian god. Let's see. No, no, no. Show more. Uh, no, 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 no. Egypt. Uh, Search. See, Set. He's like a badass. And he was like one of the original gods. What's up, Mr. Paps? How you doing this morning? What is Set meaning? A god of desert storms, disorder, and violence, and foreigners. I thought that went so well, being dead set. But I don't know. I put a little bit too much thought into what names I go with, stuff like that. I went with Nerfed Herder for the current, but because I was in. What do you mean, not a clan member? Of course, I'm a clan member. But because I'm in the Kink clan, I was going to go with Role Player. And I couldn't find a font that went well with Role Player. I thought that would have been cute. So instead, I ended up going with my Discord name that I kind of created, which is a play off of Star Wars. If you ever saw Empire Strikes Back, Leia once called Han Solo a scruffy looking nerf herder. So I went from nerf herder to nerfed herder. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Still a little bit itchy from the healing, but that's to be expected. Most of the morning pains aren't really too much of an issue. Need to go grab them trash cans. Yeah, Mr. Lexus. He does have a nice little car. That thing's fine. In case y'all don't know, in my garage, I have. Let me show you. Ooh, what I intend to do. Let's see. I've got a 1989 Dodge. And I can't spell. Colt GT. I have one of these in my garage. Tiny little compact car. But what you do now, you add the engine from an Eclipse. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get copyright strike for this one. But then you get this. and that becomes an 8-second car. Let's see. Do they have the one where it's verse Skyline? Because it kind of looks like the same. But yeah, that's gonna be a monster. I've got one of those in the garage. So eventually one day, and I was thinking about going automatic instead of stick. But if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go all out. Even though the stick shift, the first 3 gears are kind of pointless. But oh man, thank you, Paps. Well, I've got another surgery coming up in a week or so, so I will be back into the recovery mode very shortly. But once I'm past that recovery stage, I should be able to get back up and go into work. Thinking about doing a like a DoorDash type dealie. So what do y'all got going? Y'all want to get? I haven't even checked to see what the skirmish mode is today. It's called Showdown. Standard skirmish. All right, so it's pre-selected hangars. Yeah, no, nah. I'm not feeling it. I think I'd rather play some push. Man, we got to get a push team together. 100%. We got to get some push stuff because you can, if you get the right team together, man, you can just zoom right through those push battles. But I am doing pretty healthy on silver. I'm getting ready for the weekend. It's only what, Wednesday now. So I just got to stay on task and keep grinding, keep making that silver for next week. Maybe get this thing leveled up so it's kind of functional for the battlefield. That doesn't quite have the oomph it needs. I really need the pilot for that guy. Maybe we should get together a squad. Get a little something cooking. Let's see, this has got 14 hours. There's nothing special here, right? It's just the videos. Always be checking that shopping cart, because those drone deals are ones you don't want to pass up on. They only appear like once a month, but if you're in a good price range bracket for them, they're well worth it. I think I got a seeker drone, I want to say 700 or 900 chips and a token for like $9. So that was a very good investment. Right now I don't even look at those ones. Those are like, you don't want those. Volt, nah. That would kind of push everything up ahead though. $9? Nah, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. No. That would spot me up. That would spot me up a lot. $13. That is a lot more interesting. $8 for the pilot and 25K, so I could do like 2 skills. No, I could do like 1 skill, completely changed up and flipped up, fixed, and all that. $4 for memoriam and gold. Eh, it's not terrible. But yours, I don't even want to look at those data pads. Forcing people, I guess it's a pilot day. I should not be doing my pilots if it's a pilot day. Meter with chungies. Nope. Got that set. That's kind of interesting. What do they want? $10? 11 for the bedweer. I saw the same deal with the pilot for cheaper just the other day. Y'all gotta watch these guys. They will get you if they can. I don't think that's a smart move. I'm always interested in that. 10 days for 10 or 15 for 30. I think the 15 for 30 sounds like a smarter deal. Leo needs some nice weapons. I think. Yeah, for Leo, if you've got them, right now the monster build is going to be the UE Havocs. The UE Havocs for the Leo. If not, let's see, it's a medium slot. You've got a lot of options, but you want to think of like shorter range builds because it's got the tankiness that you can get in there and support your link partner with. So even thinking of things like cryos. I know cryos doesn't immediately strike off as a thing to go get, but those cryos, with them being moved out of the Intel and onto the lower. Hey, what's up, mailman? What you could do is freeze them up, or even like these scatties. The scatties would work well, but you freeze them up, and that way, whatever you're linked to is going to be able to start making use of their heavy durability, because you're going to be freezing them up and giving them a little bit of like a death mark type situation where it almost works like a Pathfinder, where you're kind of like getting the enemies ready to be killed, which is you're just clearing the way for them. You're knocking them down. You could lock them down. That lockdown weapons might work for it. Maybe the Coronas, because they're at a constant rate of fire, but I'm not a huge fan of the Coronas. They don't seem to have the oomph that you want. Now, if anybody wants to get in and get some games on, here's what I'm looking at doing. I kind of play my first. The Choni, yeah, the Choni may work, but they've got a long reload. Let's see that one real quick. They kind of messed up. They nerfed those pretty hard. Well, even these just disciplines would probably do really well because you're coming in from above. But the Choni, it's got a... Oh, I missed it. It's got a 7-second reload. But that would give a whole area effect when it does that freeze. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is they nerfed it quite harshly. Uh, so I don't know if Choni is really the way to go. If you went with like cryo instead, the cryo, the way it fires, it kind of like never stops firing. So you can fire it dry, and yeah, it will slow down towards the end, but you're always going to have something to shoot. So the trick to that, well, if you have the pilot for the Leo, you're getting constant heals. I think you get 1% per second. So as long as you don't get too far forward and start using it to break through, and using the bot you're linked to. Now the trick to it on these new robots, like the Nuo, each time you link, you get a damage bonus. You also get another thing, counterblind on the Nuo, and on the Leo. Let's go hunt him down. All right, so I'm just looking at the pad to try to recognize it. I think the Leo pad is a little darker. Alright, how come I can't go to the data pad? No. Alright, one of the tricks you want to use. Oh, here he is, right here. Alright, so you get Fortress Link. So he takes off, gaining several turns of counter suppression. Okay, that several is like the first two people who shoot at you or them gets counter suppressed. So when they engage, they're suppressed by shooting at them. So if you go and freeze them up with some cryos, like sinister cryos, I know that says 11 seconds, but let me show you what it does. Alright. Alright, in fact, I'll do you even one better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the cryo to the scatty, and also the Choni. Alright, these are all freeze. So you're going to automatically be locking on, you're going to counter suppress them. No, glaciers won't work because they won't fit. Right, but what I'm showing you is the reload factor and the factor of it running out of bullets. Because you kind of want constant fire. Alright, I'm just going to shoot at that building right there. Now, when it comes to the scatties, they've got to fire everything they got. This one is constantly refilling itself, and this one has to fire everything it's got. So if I just mash the button, if you notice, the cryos are the ones that are still doing it. They do slow down quite a bit, but they never give up on you. And that if you stop, then they come in even harder. So if you burst fire them, but as I was saying, if you notice, those they're never going to give up on you. They're never going to leave you hanging. Well, cryo's decent because of what it's going to do for you. You know, if you don't mind running in and then falling back and hiding to reload, but it really depends on your enemy. Because honestly, the smarter way to go, seeing as they're medium, one of the smartest methods, if you don't have the UE Havocs, would be these guys right here, the Muguans, because those just tear up everything, but they got a long reload. So what you would do with a Muguan setup, which I think would be a very smart idea, is you link to your tank or your fast, I would say link to a fast mover. Let him go get a beacon. He's going to blind two people when people start shooting at him. You give him the covering fire with the Muguans. And when your Muguans run out of power, drop down. Go find a little hidey spot, because at that point those two counter suppressions are already gone. So you've already ripped into them with these. And then you can land and pick either a different person, like a heavier tank to bring up, or somebody that's hurting, and give them a little bit of, yeah, why not? I don't know what hanger I'm on, but that'll be fun. I'm not even sure who Space Ghost is. He's got some good friends. That's CB right there. That's Rock the Tank from Vox. I'm getting abducted. I love it. I am gonna change my hanger to this one, because I like to start off. I don't know who Space Ghost is. Well, they're iOS. Oh, we got some gods on it. I guess I'm going for center. It's not my favorite path. Oh, I died. Alright, let's see where he's at. Let's come in with a support for him. Ooh, he's got the Leo. Oh no. I lost my link. Let's keep him alive. Oh no! Oh, that was an interesting thing. Jumped onto an emoji, hit his freaking thing. Nice. Burn. Peacemaker. Well, how do you like to play, mailman? Are you like a in-your-face brawler, or are you hang back and pepper him from a distance? Then go with the shorter range weapons. The shorter range weapons will definitely do you a little bit better. Go with the lock-in style. Ones that don't quite miss as much. Because if you went with something even oddball like um, I don't even know what I'm shooting at right here. Eva! The Punisher tees, like you just saw there, those are absolutely amazing for going after the Titans. Hussars, if you're going after regular robots, you could do the Weber package, but that's not really much of a build for brawling. Um, yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like right here, you see that's level 6 Baglador. It is the highest level purpose-built sniper I've ever had. Not a problem, boss. Oh, he is in trouble. There ain't much I can do for him neither. I'm gonna go and wreck their home. That's what I can do for him. I'm gonna make that sacrifice worthwhile, sir. Nice. We can get his link posted up and we can move on over there. I don't think they like me. But I got the win. All right. Hey Shahid, if you're willing to post up Ducky's links for me when he does go on. Oh, I got a message.
Now that climate change is making the ice melt earlier, polar bears go hungry.
Let's see. Share, copy link, like, skip, close, open, back, over. And here goes Ducky's link.
On the North Alaskan coast, subsistence whale hunters leave.
That way we can all head on over. Alright guys, we are going to continue this over at Duck on Quack's channel. I don't know who Space Ghost is, but you're doing mighty fine, dude. You're doing mighty fine. And yep, thank you for tuning in and all that fun jazz. I do definitely appreciate you. And I should be getting one going after Ducky goes off. So if y'all really want, tune in for later, and there will be more. Well, as I say, if you can't be good at it, and take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, friends, see you in the center beacon. Peace. Nope, gotta close it from here. Dirt.